It's now 20 to 2. I've been home for lunch after the planning site visit. And I look at the headlines. No more cabinet resignations. 1 or 2 minor ministers have resigned. But it's not off looking an absolute mess. Anyway, I'm heading on to the Civic Centre now for a seminar about air quality, because we have, in terms of the air quality of around the Tyne Bridge area, Newcastle and Gateshead are failing. We have too high a level of pollutants. So we're going to learn all about that today, and possibly try and work up some solutions, because the government has required the council and Newcastle as well to come up with proposals for tackling the poor air quality. Interesting meeting, and the council is required to look at a number of schemes, and there's a discussion of these schemes, but clearly the most significant one would be charging for using places like the Tyne Bridge. But it wouldn't just be a standard charge for everybody. It would be a charge simply on those vehicles that are the more polluting, and any vehicle that is operating on to the higher standards that you now get these days, then they wouldn't be charged at all. They would be allowed to use these charging zones for free. So it'll be interesting to see how this works out in the long run. My view is that when the congestion charge came in London, that was to be welcomed, and that has been used to be able to subsidise public transport in London. I did make the point that the charge wouldn't raise, if it worked properly, the charge would not raise much in terms of revenue, so you wouldn't be able to use it to subsidise services, because basically the aim is, if it works successfully, it would actually discourage the more polluting vehicles or drivers from using the like the Tyne Bridge at particular times. But I did say that if you want people to actually leave their vehicles behind, you have to have a decent alternative public transport system which is competitively priced and reliable. But the key point I made was that if you want to stop or cut down on pollution, you have to cut down on the causes of pollution. And one of the causes of pollution that we have at the minute, which is one of the biggest ones, which is actually contributing directly to places like Tyne Bridge being polluted, is that we've got a lot of people travelling in from outside because they live outside the borough. And we've got whole areas of brownfield sites in central Gateshead which could be used for housing, and we could get people living much closer to their jobs rather than travelling many miles in. Just have them living in new houses built on these brownfield sites. And at the minute we're actually having to deal with vehicles coming in from outside, so we're picking up other people's pollution and paying the cost of that. So hopefully that will be solved as well.